Hi moms. Today is really important. I mean, every day is really important, but today is super duper important because I need to ask you a question, all right? I need to ask you, who told you your child couldn't be better than they are today? Who told you that there is a limit to their healing? Who told you that their ADHD and the behavioral symptoms that they have with ADHD and their ODD and their tics and their twitches, all of that, who told you that that can't get better than it is today? My bigger question is, who are you listening to? Who do you keep company with? Who do you keep time with? What kind of books do you read? What do you look at on the internet? Are you looking at stories of hope and recovery, or are you going to look at the stories just of acceptance and, dealing with what is and just choosing another medication? Because I'm going to tell you, depending on what you choose to listen to is how you're going to move along this journey. I used to listen to the words that said, he'll never be capable of original thought. He really won't be able to talk in full sentences unless he's probably scripting. Don't expect eye contact. Don't expect him to be in a classroom with less than a one-to-one aide, or at least to be in a learning disabled classroom. Expect also that he can do great things as long as he is just with one teacher to 3 or 4 students. That's the stuff that I heard until after a while, I would notice there'd be somebody here or somebody there who would say, I think that there's potential here. I think what you're doing could be working. I mean, when he was in kindergarten, oh my gosh, his kindergarten teacher was so amazing. He was in an SLD classroom, so that's severe learning disabled. He had a one-to-one aide, and they were so wonderful. And what they would let him do, if the gym was open, they would just let the aide take him and let him run around the gym as much as he wanted, just get his energy out. They were wonderful with him. And that was around the time that I started really tweaking with his diet. And I may have started at the very end of his preschool year, but I really didn't know what I was doing. But even then, his teachers were wonderful. They didn't make me feel like I was crazy. I mean, granted, they were kind of like, okay, just eat what you can out of the lunchbox, okay. And they would just kind of accept me doing what I was trying to do. But they never made me feel like there was no hope. I need you to be with people who don't make you feel like there is no hope. You need to search them out if you have to. And when my child started getting better, and I would either get an email or I'd have a face-to-face conference with a teacher, and they would say to me things that were encouraging, like, he is no longer the one who is the last one up. He is no longer the child who has kind of no idea what's going on. And so they offered me the encouragement, but then I would also seek out people. I would seek out stories of recovery. I would not stop till I could find something. I would read books about stroke victims. Really, because I just looked at it as like the malleability of the brain. So if somebody else can get functioning back from where they hadn't had it before, well then why couldn't I calm down a child with the ADHD symptoms, especially if I saw that somebody else had done it? And if diet kept working for so many people, why wasn't it working for me? And then when it started to work for me, why couldn't it go any further? Oh, okay, I had to keep researching, I had to keep looking, I had to keep searching. And you know what? Then the answers kept coming. And I just want you to know that the answers will keep coming for you. They will. I don't want you to give up. My story is not 1 in a million. And the reason I need to put my story out there is because if I can now have this life with Charlie where I never thought it possible, I thought he wouldn't have friends. I thought he'd never be able to ride his bicycle. I thought he couldn't tie a shoe. There was so many things. He couldn't throw a ball. It turned out not to be true. It wasn't true. And I just need you to know that. So the other thing too is that I got him so far on diet and I was like, this is awesome. And around 9.5 or 10, I really got back into doing supplements because I thought, why not, right? I really was heading down that path. I was looking into even manufacturing a supplement line. I really wanted to get into this because I knew that supplements could work. I also knew that some supplements made him worse. And so I thought, let me keep doing this. What have I got to lose? What have you got to lose? And when he got on just simply a regimen of B6 and magnesium glycinate, after about 90 days, he's throwing and catching a ball. At another month, he was riding a bike. At another month, he was tying his shoes. I mean, you can't listen to the people that say it's just not possible, because it won't let you, because it's not true. It is possible. It is always possible to go a little further than you are today. It is always possible to decrease that brain inflammation and get us a little bit further than what we used to see. And so I just encourage you, and when somebody tells you like they won't be able to speak in full sentences unless they're scripting, or maybe they won't ever be able to look you in the eye, it's not true. That's what I used to hear, and it's not true. And so I just want you to know that. So if nobody else is going to tell you that, I'm telling you that today. So don't give up, moms.